Welcome to a special episode of Alphabet City. I'm your guide, Zach, but nobody cares. You're here for the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Happen to be at the event, and I'm going to let you know the answer to this question. Should you upgrade to a Pixel 4 or 4 XL today? Now, quick word of warning, this is based on my first impressions. This is not a review because technically reviews aren't allowed till a certain other date. So come back to CNET to find out more about the Pixel 4. Now, I've got here two of the versions of the phone. You got the 4 and the 4 XL. You can see the square camera bump. You know, if you compare it to an iPhone, it actually looks pretty nice. Now, spec-wise, the 4 and the 4 XL are almost identical. The difference is the screen size and the battery. Otherwise, everything that's on the 4 is on the 4 XL and vice versa. That means if you want to take really fancy photos, you can do that. Now, I did talk to Google and I asked, hey, are those crazy camera functions coming to older Pixels? They said yes, but they'll be somewhat limited because of the power of the 4 XL is what makes those photos so much better. If you're looking to upgrade based on design, look, the Google Pixels are kind of on the drab side. Compared to the 3, the 3A, they kind of look the same. But that's not what's important about Google phones. It's the hardware inside at this point. If you want to use Google Assistant when you're offline, things like turning on a timer or doing something like that, you can do that without a network connection on these devices. That's because the Pixel 4 and 4 XL have some serious power on the inside. All right, guys, in front of me I have the Pixel 4, the XL. I think this is a 3XL, 3A XL. I just talked to a bunch of different people about what's the difference between the 4 and the 3. And legitimately, the biggest thing is that Assistant is apparently much faster and it's a lot smarter. Show me pictures from August. Now it's actually taking me to the Photos app. Now previously, in older versions of Assistant, you wouldn't see this. You would see this dialogue with Google Assistant. I'm gonna pick one. Share with Brian. You also have the ability to quickly send and share things using your voice. That's pretty cool. All right, if you're looking for a crazy reason to upgrade, you gotta look at Project Soli now called Motion Sense. It allows you to interact with the phone without touching it. Now, one of the main things is when I reach for it, actually it senses that I'm here, it's trying to unlock the phone. That's a pretty cool thing that you don't need to learn, actually. The phone knows you. Now, Google said you could go ahead and change music tracks using Motion Sense. Motion Sense will also work in games. Take a look at this game called Headed South. You could hang out with this bird, and if you want to boost, you gotta swipe. I wasn't exactly an expert at this, but it actually seems pretty fun. Now, Motion Sense also works on alarms. Check this out. As an alarm goes off, it's really loud. As I reach for it, the noise gets softer. You can also swipe away this alarm. Google called that a more polite phone. I think it is. One of the differences between the 4 and the 3 is this new finish on Just Black. You can see that it's this really, really shiny, reflective material. If you look at the older models, you have this two-tone matte version. This guy is going to be a fingerprint magnet, to be sure. Now on the left you have the 4 XL, and on the right you have the 3 XL. You can see the 4 XL is a tiny bit taller, but it seems as though the 4 XL is a little narrower. So it's a little bit of a larger phone in one direction and not in the other. When I first saw the camera bump on the Pixel 4 and the leaks, I thought, hey, that's pretty ugly. You know what? Apple showed me what ugly really was. All right, now these two colors, the white and the black, will be available all the time, but if you want the oh so orange, Google said it's a limited edition. So if you wanted a reason to get a brand new Pixel 4 and you wanted an orange, now is your chance. But one of the things you need to know about the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, they have these amazing cameras, right? Great cameras. Google decided that with the 4 and 4 XL, your uploading ability is limited to high quality. Now, one of the big hooks of the Pixel was, hey, take photos with us, take videos with us, and we'll upload it to the cloud at full quality, 4K video and as much data as you can for photos. Now the 3A and 3A XL had that same limitation. The Pixel 4 and the XL come with 3 months of Google One. So you could become a subscriber to Google's pay service so you can upload full quality. Now why is that important? For some reason, in 2019, these devices come in 64 and 128 gigabytes of storage space. I asked why. Why would you do that? And flatly, the guy told me it's how people use the devices. Now, I'm really curious about that in general. If you're going to talk about how amazing your camera is, and Google photography through the Pixel has been just fantastic. I will say it's what they've done with one camera on devices like the 3A XL, a budget device, what they did with the original Pixel, just phenomenal photography. The fact that these great camera phones, they had Annie Leibovitz up there, so photography is important. You're limited to 128 gigabytes. Now, maybe you're the best at taking photos and videos, and you do it on the first shot, first take, and it's perfect. So maybe you don't take hundreds of photos. It just seems like a really bizarre choice at this point. Also, no 5G variant. There's no 5G variant of the 4. So maybe if you have something like a Pixel 3, moving to the 4 doesn't make a lot of sense. You got a Pixel 2, probably makes more sense to go with a better screen, much faster assistant. Don't forget, if you want to get the latest Android as soon as possible, you should get a Pixel, flat out. They are hard to beat to get the latest Android. Last year when Google introduced the 3, they put it on a Black Friday sale. So maybe hold off, watch our full review, find out what you think of it, because there's no reason to pay full price for a Google Pixel. It starts at $799 for the 64 gigabyte version. I can't believe I'm saying that in 2019. Should you upgrade? If you have, let's say, original Google Pixel, upgrade. If you have a Motorola clamshell flip phone, like a Razr, a VC3, get it. Otherwise, if you have any phones in the past 2 years, maybe hold off at this point. I do commend Google for its decision to go notchless this year. The fact that these devices are exactly the same except for size and battery, that's also awesome. There's no real differences between the two devices, so you can get into $799. And I will say the small one, very comfortable to hold. Very responsive, very fast. I haven't even told you about how it actually operates. It's fast. Of course it's fast, it's a new phone. I'm gonna spend some more time with the Pixel 4, get to know it better. If you've got questions, let me know. If you've enjoyed your stay in Alphabet City, please like and subscribe. I'm Zach Tarn, and I'll see you online.